He was a magician who wowed the judges on Britain's Got Talent, and now Sean Hayden is bringing illusions back to life that were made famous just after the Second World War.
Well, this was the moment the performer from Northampton wowed the likes of Simon Cowell and Amanda Holden back in 2020, and he joined us in the studio a short time ago to show us a famous wartime trick which he is recreating.
It was a husband and wife mind-reading act called the Piddingtons, who came about because of the prisoner of war situation in the 1940s. There was Sydney and Leslie Piddington, and after the prisoner of war stuff was over, they had their own radio show where 20 million people a week would tune in to see them seemingly read each other's minds.
Absolutely amazing. There's great archive footage of them from that period because they became big stars. As you say, Sydney was a prisoner of war himself. Just briefly, what is it about them all these years later that you still find so inspiring?
What's amazing about them, 70 years later on, nobody knows how they did it really. So as a sort of mind-reading act ourselves, we've been absolutely fascinated with trying to figure out exactly how they did it. And that's kind of what's brought us here today, to hopefully try and recreate something similar to what they did on the radio all of them years ago.
OK, Sean, so we've seen how the Piddingtons did it, and you're going to try and create a similar illusion for us, aren't you? Yeah,
and your partner, Kerry J, is in our newsroom on our camera there. She's blindfolded, as we can see, but also there is no video monitor there. So even if there's a gap in the blindfold, there is no way she can see what's happening in here.
Well, Steve and Hannah, we're going to try and experiment with these cards. I'll show the camera. They really are all different. Steve, I'm going to give them to you first. Verify they're all different.
Yep.
And once you've done that, give the cards a shuffle. Shuffle them up so much that there's no way that either Kerry or myself could have in advance predicted or influenced the order of those cards.
Done that.
Hand the cards to Hannah.
Right, thanks.
Hannah, I want you to deal one card at a time, a face-down pile of cards.
OK.
And you can stop whenever you like.
There.
Right, you happy there?
Yeah.
We'll get rid of the rest of the cards. We don't need them. Take the top card and give it to Steve. Don't look at it.
OK.
Thanks very much, Steve. Just put it in your inside pocket.
Yep.
And I want you to remember, you shuffle the cards. Nobody knows what that card is. Kerry's blindfolded in another studio. And for the rest of this experiment, I'm not going to say a word.
OK, all right then. Kerry.
OK, so first of all, Sean, can you look away, please? Hannah and Steve, I want you to look at this card for the first time. Okay. Don't show anybody else, don't show the camera, but just remember your card.
OK.
We've looked at it, yep.
Brilliant. Pop that away. Sean, you can look back again. And we're going to play a little game. So, if this is a red card, Hannah and Steve, can you put your hands on your head? If it's a black card, put your hands on the table.
OK.
OK, so I can see through Sean's eyes that your hands are on your head.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay.
OK. If this is a heart, can you put your hands on your head? If it's a diamond, can you put your hands on the table?
Right, we've done that, yeah.
So again, your hands are on your head. So we've got a heart here. Let's find the value of the cards. If this is a Jack, Queen, King, put your hands on your head. So a picture card. If it's a number card, so ace through to 10, put the hands on the table.
OK.
So this time you've got your hands on the table.
Yeah.
All right, so for the first time, I would like you to get that card out, show it to Sean. I'm going to be looking through Sean's eyes so I can tell you this card, which is in fact the 4 of Hearts.
It is.
That is
wow.
Amazing. Kerry and Sean, that is one extraordinary illusion. I don't know how you did that. Very clever.
That was incredibly clever. Loved it. And you're going to be in Brackley, Northamptonshire, at the weekend on Saturday, aren't you? It's a community event that people can go to if they reserve tickets in advance. You can see illusions just like that. That was incredible. Sean, thank you so much. Kerry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We were amazed.
We were amazed. Genuinely, we came up from the studio. We only did that a couple of hours ago. We came up with the studio and people were saying, so how did they do it? I don't know.
No idea. No idea.
You had the cards. We had the cards.
We were really concentrated to make sure that we got help, you know, we were doing it right with our heads.
I shuffled.
How they did it.
I shuffled quite clumsily, but I shuffled. You then had the cards.
I know.
They're very clever. They're very clever. Whatever they did, It is very clever. And if you're
Very,
going along
very
Brackley,
impressed.
I think you'll enjoy it.